Welcome to historic Hicks Field, Tidewater Summer League baseball fans alike, Steamers fans, Knights fans, Hitters fans, Drillers fans, to today's All-Star festivities here in Edenton, North Carolina, all kicking off with our Home Run Derby at 4 p.m. My name's Patrick Foster. Welcome back inside historic Hicks Field, which has been the site for 18 of the Steamers games this season. The Steamers in control of the top spot in the TSL, hosting tonight's All-Star festivities. The Home Run Derby, 3 rounds in tonight's contest. Your contestants tonight from Edenton, Houston Wright and Josiah Sightler. From Tidewater, Jacob Mustain and South Trimble, Ricky Sisto and Ty Hanchey from the Greenbrier Knights. And for the Old Dominion hitters, JT Inskeep and Alberto Osuna-Sanchez. Houston Wright and Osuna-Sanchez leading the TSL in home runs. Houston Wright in first with 10 and Osuna-Sanchez in second with 7. So we'll break down how tonight's contest will work. The first 2 rounds will operate with a 2-minute time limit. No timeouts for any hitter during those rounds. The final round, each batter will have 3 minutes to take as many swings as possible in that allotted time slot, and they will be given 1 timeout during those 3 minutes. In the event of a tie, we will go to a tiebreaker of 5 swings each for the 2 champion contenders. If you're sitting at home looking for something to do and you're local to the Edenton, North Carolina area, come on down. We've got the gates open. Still plenty of space here, even with our social distancing regulations operating at half capacity. Come on down and enjoy tonight's, or I guess this afternoon's festivities. Arguably the hottest day of the year here at Edenton, North Carolina. We're going to have one of our Steamers players, Jake Rice, the pitcher out of Presbyterian College, join us. It will not be a formal interview. I'm just going to have him come on and talk with me throughout the Home Run Derby, have some fun. It's also his birthday, so we're going to surprise him with a little birthday shout-out.
All right, fans, we're going to meet the participants in the Home Run Derby. But first, let me go over a couple of rules. The first 2 rounds are going to be 2-minute time limit. The final round will be a 3-minute time limit. In the final round, we'll be allowing the players to take 1 time out. The pitcher cannot pitch the next pitch until the ball hits the ground or it goes over the fence.
I'm now joined by Jake Rice,
down on the field as the official
one of our pitchers here at the Edenton Steamers, out of Presbyterian College, heading to Kennesaw State in Georgia. We'll have a more formal interview with Jake later on tonight with our All-Star Game festivities, with the All-Star Game starting at 6 p.m. But I'm going to have him just sit up here for as long as he wants to enjoy tonight's Home Run Derby. Jake, how are you doing today? Are you excited for tonight's All-Star festivities?
Oh yeah, glad to be here. Just first year doing summer ball, and I'm enjoying it up here in Edenton, playing the Tidewater Summer League, and first All-Star game to be a part of, and just kind of gives you that Major League Baseball feel, you know, just being able to come out here and enjoy a hot summer night and see some guys hit some home runs, you know.
We've got some real big bats amongst today's contestants. Houston Wright and Josiah Sightler from the Steamers, and then another big name in Alberto Osuna-Sanchez from the Old Dominion hitters, Jacob Mustain as well, who went yard for a grand slam here at historic Hicks Field earlier this season. Who are the guys that, or maybe one guy that you think is going to run away with tonight's competition?
I'll be honest with you, I'm being biased, but I really think that it's going to be a big battle between Houston and Josiah tonight. Obviously, the Old Dominion hitters have some very talented guys on their roster, and so I think those are also guys that could give our boys a run for their money. But I honestly think when it all said and done that it's probably going to come down to Houston and Josiah. If they can get those barrels going tonight, I think it should be a pretty electric show out there.
Before we get going, our contestants taking a picture in front of home plate here at historic Hicks. Jake, I'd be remiss if I didn't wish you a happy birthday. 23 today, Jordan year for you.
Absolutely, yeah, man. That's crazy, you know. After you turn 21, it's just, this seems like the birthdays just fly by after that. Yeah. So, yeah, Jordan year, man, 23. Doesn't even feel like I've Been on here 23 years on this earth, but I tell you what, it's a good day to be 23, and it's a good atmosphere to be out here and enjoy some baseball and get a chance to do a little home run derby and all-star game tonight. So I appreciate that, and yeah, it's a good day for it to be turning 23.
So coming up first will be Ricky Sisto. Sisto being pitched to by Tredell Blow of the Greenbrier Knights. The Steamers' own Tyler McPeak, the man behind the plate. Sisto, a right-handed hitter, taking his cuts in the right-handed hitter's box. Sisto coming in, though, Jake, with just no home runs on the season. An impressive batting practice hitter, and obviously some guys not able to make it down from certain teams, so obviously we're just lucky to have Ricky come out and compete. But for a guy that has no home runs in the season, what do you think's the mindset heading into your first appearance in the home run derby?
I don't know, man. I think you just kind of got to get those swings out and see what kind of happens. You know, get a few out. I think they're on 2-minute clock right here, and I think you just have to think, can I just juice these balls real quick and see if I can get them out? I mean, we've played Sisto several times, and this kid is obviously very talented. You know, you don't have to be a home run hitter to be a talented hitter. As he hits that first one, is it going to be short? Yeah, a little short of the left field wall. So he's definitely a talented ball player. Not sure where he plays college ball at, but, you know, we've had a tough time with him.
Just got his first one.
Yeah, first one out. Yeah, so we like to call somebody like that hits a lot of home runs in BP and not in the game a 5 o'clock hitter. But I think this kid's very talented, obviously, probably a pretty big piece to whatever college program that he's a part of.
All over that pitch.
He get that one out?
Yes.
Looks like a little wall scraper.
2 on the board for Ricky Sisto.
Yeah.
Talk about the heat today, though, Jake. An extremely hot day and humid day as well here in Edenton. How do you think that's going to come into play against these hitters in today's contest?
Man, I tell you what, I feel like this has been the hottest day that we've had all year. I mean, I just looked at the heat index. It says it feels like it's 115 outside today. I feel like I'm out like in Arizona or something like that. But I don't know, man. People got to stay hydrated out here today, because I tell you what, this heat's going to wear you down real quick. On a day like we had the other day with the cool breeze and that night game that we had a couple nights ago, I feel like that might have been a better night to be able to have a little more stamina in this home run derby. So guys, I feel like if they're not well hydrated, they might run out of endurance pretty quickly.
He's got 2 or 3. 3 home runs now on the board for Ricky Sisto. Got under another pitch there.
There's 4 for Sisto.
Sends over his 4th. All over the left field wall. You got to think, though, in a competition like this, lefties have quite an advantage here at historic Hicks Field. With
298 to right. Oh my gosh, you kidding me?
98 feet.
I know, man. Like, absolutely. Yeah, that's why I really think Seitler and Houston probably going to run away with this thing, both being guys that hit from the left side.
4, 3.
Time running out for Sisto. Last pitch on its way. Takes a big cut. Sends that one deep to left, but
a little bit short.
Dies at the warning track. So Ricky Sisto, our first competitor tonight, finishes up with 4 home runs.
Not a bad round.
Houston Wright, as Sisto came in as the 8th seed batter. Houston Wright comes in as the 1 seed batter. Now, here's what's funny. Houston Wright comes in with 10 home runs on the season. Greenbrier as a team has just 7. So Houston Wright out-homering an entire TSL team thus far through 18 games with the Edenton Steamers. Another fun fact about the Steamers, 180 runs brought across already in the season in 18 games, averaging 10 runs per game as a team. Takes the first pitch opposite field, rattles it off the Teal Monster, but the second pitch way over that right center field wall for his first home run. Once again, a 2-minute timer here in the first 2 rounds with no timeouts allowed. His second home run.
There's 3 right there.
Another one deep over the scoreboard in right field.
I would say Houston's heating up, baby.
Needs just 1 more to tie Sisto. 2 more sends him.
There it is.
Round. And it looks like he just got his 4th right there.
Tie ball game.
Way over the right field wall and over the scoreboard again. So it's a tied contest between the 1st and 8th seed, Houston Wright and Ricky Sisto, with 4 home runs. And Wright might have picked up the 5th there. And he did.
Yes, sir.
So Wright will be moving on to the next round. And it looks like he'll just finish out his 2 minutes of swings. Minute left. for Wright. Jake, how has it been as a pitcher watching from a third-party perspective what Houston Wright's been able to do thus far in just 18 games with the Steamers, putting up 10 home runs?
It's been electric, man. I mean, coming in here not knowing much about Houston, just knowing that he was a very big power hitter, it's been very exciting and just exhilarating to watch him go out there and crush baseballs the way he does. You know, the guy obviously has a great mindset when he comes up to the plate, and man, if you miss over the plate for this guy, or even on the inner half, you might as well get a new ball because that one's going out. But word on the street is, I don't know if anybody knows this, but Houston competed in a home run derby, I believe, when he was in high school, and actually came out on top against a guy who ended up being a second-round draft pick. And so Houston's got a little bit of experience in these home run derbies.
This sent his 8th over the wall, and he did. So Houston Wright finishes with 8 home runs in his first round. So he'll be moving on to the second round to face either Jacob Mustain or JT Inskeep. Mustain taking his first swings in tonight's derby. Or this afternoon's derby. We gotta get used to that. We don't typically play when the sun's still shining over historic Hicks. So Mustain comes in with 3 home runs under his belt on the season for the Tidewater Drillers.
Time has started.
Mustain also taking pitches from Marshall McDonald, the head coach of the Steamers and head coach of the South All-Stars, tonight's All-Star competition. Mustain a few pitches in, to send one over the wall. Mustain sent the first grand slam over the wall here at historic Hicks. A 15-7 victory for the Tidewater Drillers against the Steamers earlier this season. But struggling to start. Turned on that pitch, but it bounces at the warning track. Mustain really struggling to get under the pitches here. Pops one up, deep to center. That one's still carrying. And it's gone. So Mustain picks up his first home run. That might give him some steam. He's got a minute left. Jake, you notice that he's topping a lot of these pitches down the first baseline.
Yeah, you've really got to get a launch angle in these home run derbies. Just really get that bat under the ball as much as possible in order to get some of these elevated and get them out and get some numbers on the board.
Still just 1 home run for Mustain. Under 30 seconds remaining in the round. And as we mentioned, the heat has to be taking a toll on these hitters as the rounds really wear on.
8, 7.
Under 10 seconds remaining, Mustain still with just 1 homer.
3, 2, 1.
Turns on the last pitch with a line drive down the first base line. Mustain gets a round of applause from the crowd here, but just 1 home run in the round. JT Inskeep just needing 2 to move out of the first round bracket and into the second. Also, bud, whenever you want to dip, feel free. You do not have to stay here the entire time.
No, I'm enjoying myself.
JT Inskeep from the Old Dominion hitters, digging in.
I just know the lower seed
Inskeep with 2 home runs thus far for the hitters in
JT Inskeep.
17 contests. Needs just 2 home runs to move into the second round.
He had an Oppo home run.
Or that hop over. That went over, so JT Inskeep with 1 on the board. Some Oppo power. And he's tied, or he's taking the lead. And he'll head on to the second round with his second home run. And not only do the right-handed hitters here at Historic Hicks have a disadvantage just because that part of the ballpark is deeper, but you also have to make sure that whatever you hit is high enough to get over that teal monster that extends from the left field corner all the way to pretty much left center, almost center field. Picks up his 3rd home run. Maybe his 4th there, as that one has enough behind it. And it rattles off that teal monster.
You definitely got to get a little extra if you're a righty here to be able to get these balls out, more so than the lefties do. There's another one.
Definitely be his 4th. That one with some juice behind it. So he's out of here for his 4th home run. Mustain putting on a bit of a show here in his first appearance in tonight's home run derby. A little late on that pitch. He definitely got some power behind it. And he sends it over the wall. 5 now for Inskeep. Under 30 seconds remaining in the round. Pops that pitch high in the air to left.
10, 9, 8, 7.
And some power, 6, but not quite the height to get over that teal monster. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. The last pitch to Inskeep is drilled to left field.
Way going.
With 6 home runs. Second most thus far in the competition. Houston Wright leading the way with 8. Inskeep in second with 6. In this next round, Josiah Sightler in the 3 seed going up against South Trimble in the 6 seed. South Trimble coming up first.
South is represented
as the lower seed. Marshall McDonald to be the pitcher. Trimble coming in with 3 home runs thus far for the Tidewater Drillers.
Time is started.
Now when we were getting ready for today's competition, I had to go around and get some swinging songs for tonight's contestants as he hits the second pitch deep to the track in center field. It's caught by Daly Marcano. So he might have gotten his first one there, and he does. Trimble with 1 on the board. So we had to get songs that these guys wanted to swing to here in the home run derby, as he looks like he just collected his second. Oh, and that one's just off the top of the wall. Tough break for Trimble. And Trimble said Gangster's Paradise by Coolio, and I have to admit, the kid gained so much respect for me immediately choosing that song. I'm kind of rooting for him just a little bit, just because of the song, as he picks up his second bomb. Trimble with a 5-for-5 day at the plate just a few days ago against the Greenbrier Knights.
There's another one.
Picks up his 3rd home run. So Trimble might have gotten his 4th, and he does. Trimble maybe back-to-back. He gets under that pitch. It sends it over. 5 for Trimble. Might actually be behind 1. He might have 6. We'll have to wait for the final confirmation. Trimble with a deep
10,
shot.
9, 8, 7.
Picks up another home run.
5,
Possibly another set of back-to-backs.
2, 1. Time.
And maybe 7. As he sends one deep to left. But that one too far foul. Oh, they said it was fair. Wow. I honestly didn't even have an eye on that.
I didn't either, but it looked like it must have wrapped.
Tommy, is that 8 or 9?
Is what we got for you.
So I was 1 behind. South Trimble finishes with 9 to take the lead thus far in tonight's contest. Houston Wright now in second with 8 home runs.
Let's see what Josie's got in store for us.
Josiah Sightler digging in. Sightler with 4 home runs in league play in the TSL. Sightler with 5 total home runs as he hit a solo shot against Peninsula back on the 15th at War Memorial Stadium in Hampton, Virginia. He had to come away with his first home run. Sends a hard line drive out to the right field wall, but on the warning track. Might have picked up his first there, but that one's short as well. Seitler wearing the GoPro. Now, I had a fun idea that I think I just was a little too late on. I came up to Josiah yesterday and I said, how great would it be if either during the home run derby, he looks like he might have gotten his first one, but it hits off the Jimbo's Jumbos sign. Eat more peanuts. Seitler might need to eat more peanuts, get some more protein into that diet as he's come up a little short. Still yet to pick up his first home run. But I wanted to get Josiah Sightler's GoPro feed on our live stream as he picks up his first home run, a wall scraper over the right field wall. 1 minute remaining now for Seitler.
There we go.
Deep shot from Josiah Sightler. That might be the deepest one thus far. 2 on the board for Josiah Sightler. Under 30 seconds remaining now for Seitler. Takes another one high to right center. And clears the wall for his third. But Seitler with his work cut out for him. 10 seconds left and down 6.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time.
So Seitler's day comes to an end with just 3 home runs. Not what I'm sure Seitler was expecting from himself, but you got to imagine he's saving it for the All-Star game.
Hey, I tell you what, that's just a tough break to have to come in there and compete after 9 home runs hit by Trimble.
Absolutely.
That does not often happen. So very proud of Josiah for getting those 4 out. But yeah, I'm hoping he's going to put on a show tonight when the real ball game begins.
So Seitler eliminated from tonight's competition. So South Trimble moving on, along with JT Inskeep and Houston Wright.
Oh yeah, I forgot we even got cold beer out there too.
Remember, folks, tonight's All-Star game starting at 6 p.m. Our own Jake Rice, who's on the mic with me now, will be slinging on the mound for Edenton at some point in the contest. You excited to get out there tonight? I know we talked about your feelings heading into the contest, or just overall thus far in Edenton, but your approach heading into the All-Star game, is that a bit more casual than a normal game, or what, are you trying to actually get some good work in? What's your hopes for yourself going into tonight?
Absolutely. Well, obviously, being on a starter schedule, normally on a Sunday I would throw a bullpen with a start coming up in a couple days. So I guess you could say it's a little bit more casual, but it's also, you know, an inning to face competition. So you take that as seriously as you would going out there for your first inning of a start. And so I'm looking forward to it tonight. Definitely going to go out there and try to chuck it for an inning and, you know, kind of get a good feel for my pitches going into the start we got going in league play this week. So just a cool experience to be out here and to compete in the All-Star game and to be able to go out there and throw an inning with some different guys on the field and being able to kind of have a conversation and good time with the boys on the other teams that we don't normally get to have on a day-to-day basis.
So the season started off and there was honestly a bit of chippiness between the Greenbrier Knights and the Edenton Steamers, but as the season's gone on, it really has turned into a friendship between all the teams here. All you guys really seem to get along. Talk about some of the friends you've made on other teams, some friends that you might have already had that have been playing in the TSL thus far, and just overall the relationships you guys have been able to form with some of these other teams.
Absolutely, yeah.
Hanchey's, I believe, 4 deep in his first round.
Yeah, to be honest, have not had an opportunity quite yet to be able to meet any of the guys on their team until today. Met some of the boys that play for the colleges in this area, James Madison, Virginia Military, and some of those other schools, George Washington, so some of the guys that play for the Drillers. And so did not know any of the guys coming into this league, being a kid from Alabama. And not really having an opportunity to play against any of these boys so far in my past 4 years of college. But it's a good time. Yeah, you know, there's a little chippiness. That it's actually the first night that I showed up here was the night that we got a little chippy with the Greenbrier Knights. But since then, I think you could say that you know, cool heads have prevailed, and we've all settled down and been able to meet those guys and enjoy it. And you know, when you have your season cut short by 40 games.
Right.
You know, a lot of guys want to come out here and just kind of get that college baseball feeling all over again, because normally summer ball is very casual. But a lot of us are having to take it a little bit more seriously this year, because we're looking at it as, hey, like, this is our college baseball season for 2020, because we lost 40 games in the spring. And so I don't know if that's ever happened in the history of college baseball, but definitely 2020 is a historic year in itself. So definitely treating this summer ball season kind of like our college ball season. So guys get kind of heated, guys get, you know, riled up, because they care about their numbers, they care about winning ball games, because you know, we've all kind of come together and made this our own college baseball team on each side.
Hanchey ends with 5.
Yeah, a slight 4. Get some more baseballs in.
So Ty Hanchey ends his first round with 4 home runs, and now digging in another favorite to at least make it to the final round in tonight's competition, Alberto Osuna-Sanchez, who's currently in second place in home runs in the TSL with 7 in 17 games with the Old Dominion hitters. The hitters fell to 8 and 9, now an under 500 record, as they still occupy that second place spot in the TSL. Greenbrier actually walked off the competition last night. Old Dominion took the lead with a 4-run top in the 9th inning to make it a 10-7 contest, or excuse me, a 10-4 contest. And then Greenbrier comes back in the bottom of the 9th and scores 7 runs to walk it off 11-10. And Jake, we've seen our share of high-scoring games, not only in the league, but particularly here at historic Hicks Field. Last game against Old Dominion coming to a close at 22-8, the second time this season.
Right.
The Steamers have put up 20 runs in a game. Have you ever been a part of a team that has put up 20 runs twice in one season?
I actually have. I was on a Ohio Valley Conference team like Houston Wright's team. He plays for University of Tennessee Martin. And my freshman year, I was at Tennessee Tech University, and they call the Ohio Valley Conference the Offensive Valley Conference, because, to be honest with you, it's not really a pitcher's conference, it's a hitter's conference. And so kind of flashbacks to being 19 years old playing for Tennessee Tech in some of these games, because tell you what, I mean, each side, every team in this league has some great hitters, but specifically on our team, guys like Josiah and Houston and Casey Hare and Aaron Copeland, and the list goes on and on. Just a lot of pop, a lot of juice in those bats. And so, yeah, definitely high-scoring ball games when you got guys that can absolutely crush the baseball.
Sanchez with just 1, but he looks like he might have picked up his second with a moonshot to center field. And he does. So 2 on the board for Alberto Osuna-Sanchez. That one strikes the left field wall. Osuna-Sanchez needs 2 more to tie Ty Hanchey. 3 to win and move on to the second round to take on South Trimble of the Tidewater Drillers. Looks like he got his 3rd right there with another skyscraper to center. 3 on the board for Osuna-Sanchez.
30 seconds.
And there's 4. I don't even need to watch that one. That one's destroyed over the left field wall. So we're tied up at 4 between Hanchey and Osuna-Sanchez under 10 seconds. Sanchez tops that pitch, grounds it to 3rd. Last pitch coming up. It comes to an end. Osuna-Sanchez and Ty Hanchey tied at 4. In fact, 5. So I'm just doing a terrible job of keeping track here. My apologies. Osuna-Sanchez moves on to the next round. This is my first time calling a home run derby or anything like this, so bear with me as I inevitably make my mistakes.
JT Inskeep
So the first round of round number 2 will be between Mustain Wright and JT Inskeep. Inskeep with 6 home runs in the first round over Jacob Mustain, who came away with just 1.
This should be
Wright with 8.
Should be a very competitive round with these two guys.
Absolutely.
I would say in your defense, Patrick, it's a little bit challenging sometimes to see the ball from our point of view.
Thank you.
I'm having a hard time seeing some of them myself.
You know what? I constantly am up here thinking, the people back home must think I'm blind sometimes, or I'm just that bad at math. So just to have your words just kind of
I tell you what, I went back and watched that broadcast that you had the other night at Peninsula, and
wasn't that
you had like a bird, you had like a bird's eye view up there, man. Like I felt like you were on top of the Empire State Building calling that game.
And what was crazy was, as high above the stands as I was, I could still hear the Peninsula home crowd as clear as day. And my Lord, was that one ruthless home crowd.
Hey, they were very chirpy. Those fans get after it. I don't know if they're limited in Peninsula right now in that area for the amount of fans that can come in, but to be honest with you, I was expecting a lot bigger crowd from both sides in that game, but it just seemed like pretty empty stadium. Now, they have a super nice stadium there with a lot of seats, but there was a good amount of chirpy Peninsula fans there for sure. Definitely when I was pitching, I could hear them getting after me.
So we don't get to travel too much during this season just due to the regulations from COVID-19 and whatnot, but those few road trips that we do make, one being the Peninsula, how valuable do you think those are going to be, especially for you getting to pitch in that environment? You made the start against Peninsula. How valuable do you think that's going to be heading into your grad year at Kennesaw State?
Yeah, I definitely think it's just a great experience because, in college you've got to go on the road a lot of times and play in other ballparks. And, here at Edenton, having, I would say, 3 outings under my belt so far off this mound, you kind of get used to the feel and kind of the environment that you're throwing in. And so I just think as a pitcher, it's better to get out of your comfort zone at times and be able to go to different ballparks, throw off different mounds, have different crowds there, and throw in different stadiums and just kind of get that kind of experience under your belt. So it definitely prepares you for the season coming up. And kind of what I touched on earlier with the season getting cut short, I didn't get that experience this year, and so it's definitely being able to make up for that as I head into Kennesaw this fall.
So JT Inskeep with the best round thus far, 10 home runs for the catcher out of Old Dominion. Mustain Wright needing to make a statement here in the second round. And to be honest with you, I don't think JT Inskeep was on anybody's board for someone to make it this deep, or at least put up a fight against Mustain Wright, but JT Inskeep putting himself on the map. Mustain Wright looks like he'll pick up his first home run of the round.
Well, we got Tyler Childers' Feathered Indians playing for Houston, so this might be an electric round. Those Gaffney, South Carolina boys, they like their country music.
For Wright. Right, not with the same pace to start as JT Inskeep. Short on that line drive to right. Short on that one as well. They're flat here in the second round is Mustain Wright. Just 2 with a minute remaining. Picks up his third. Now 4 for Wright. Rounding his last 2 pitches. The right side of the infield. Under 30 seconds now for Wright. He trails Inskeep 10-4. Wright maybe showing a little bit of fatigue out there at the plate. Understandable with this heat. Looks like he got his 5th. As he does.
10, 9, 8.
Under 10 seconds.
7, 6.
Right down 10 to 5.
4, 3, 2, 1. Time.
So Houston Wright's round comes to an end. JT Inskeep's going to move on to the final round as he knocks off the leading home run hitter in the TSL, 10 to 5 in the second round.
South Trimble and Alberto Osuna-Sanchez.
And now South Trimble and Alberto Osuna-Sanchez.
I have to say I'm impressed by these hitters on the other squads besides Edenton, with us, being a team that hits a lot of home runs. Seems like these guys have showed up to be some 5 o'clock hitters tonight. We'll see what kind of show they put on in the actual All-Star game tonight.
Time is started.
That's the big question, is can these guys kind of display the same power at the plate in an All-Star game as they do here in the home run derby. South Trimble digging in. Looks like he picks up his first home run in the round with a fly ball to left as he does. South Trimble with an impressive first round, came away with 9. Taking down Josiah Sightler from the Edenton Steamers 9 to 3. Back-to-back there from Trimble for his second and third. Back-to-back-to-back now with his fourth. Trimble getting hot. Oops, that one too far foul, but it definitely had the height and the distance. 4 thus far for Trimble. You got to admit, this kid, a very pretty swing to him tonight.
Absolutely, yeah, very effortless. When he connects, it almost seems like it's not going to go very far, and then just crushes it.
He just picks up speed the further and further it makes its way into the outfield. That's his 5th. They'll make it his 6th now for South Trimble.
That might be 7.
Could he get 7? He's got 7. Does he have 8? And that one into the net right in front of the Edenton Aces scoreboard. Off the
10,
barrel of the bat, but that
8,
one
7, 6.
hits up against the wall.
4, 3,
3 seconds remaining.
1. Time.
Pretty solid round.
Finishes round number 2 with 7 home runs. Make it 8 home runs.
8 home runs.
Jake, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate you coming up here. And
Absolutely.
Go enjoy the rest of the home run derby with the team.
Yeah, man, thanks for having me. Enjoyed it.
So South Trimble, in fact, finishes up round number 2 with 8 home runs. Alberto Osuna-Sanchez now with his work cut out for him. We could have a surprise for the final round. Just JT Inskeep took down Houston Wright in the first battle of round number 2. That was definitely a surprise. Houston Wright was my pick heading into tonight's contest. Sanchez now with 1 here in round number 2. A drive to deep center, and that one's way out of here. Now 2 for Osuna-Sanchez here in the second round. Off the top of the bat. Now that one looks like it's carrying, and it gets over the wall for the 3rd home run. Looks like he follows it up with number 4. Now 5, maybe 6. He's got 6. And another one driven to deep center. Picks up his 7th, maybe his 8th. He's got 8. We're tied up at 8. And he's got 9. Sanchez looking for an even 10. That one off the end of the bat. In the dirt at the warning track. So Osuna-Sanchez is going to move on to the final round with 9, but still looking for an even 10. He turns on that pitch, sends it high and deep to left, and it's gone for his 10th.
We had 11 that round, so we're going to take a 5-minute break before the finals, about a 5-minute break. We'll have JT Inskeep and Alberto Osuna-Sanchez in the finals. So you guys hanging out for about 5 minutes.
So Roberto Osuna-Sanchez finishes up with 11 home runs in the second round. The final round, JT Inskeep from the Old Dominion Hitters and Alberto Osuna-Sanchez coming up next. We'll take a quick break, though. You're listening to the Home Run Derby here at Historic Hicks Field, only on the Eatonton Steamers YouTube network. as we get set for the final round between JT Inskeep and Alberto Osuna-Sanchez, my apologies. We'll take you through the rules one more time of the final round. 3 minutes for both hitters and 1 timeout allowed per contestant. In the event of a tie, we'll go to a 5-swing tiebreaker. So both contestants will have 5 swings to hit as many home runs as possible. Alberto Osuna-Sanchez with 11 home runs in that second round, the most for anybody today. Osuna-Sanchez with just 5 in his first round. JT Inskeep with 10 in his second round, following a 6 home run first round. Osuna-Sanchez took South Trimble out of the competition, while Inskeep took Houston Wright out of the competition. First swing from Inskeep. He pops it up. Second pitch taken to deep center, and that one's over the wall for home run number 1 for JT Inskeep here in the final round. Inskeep still with 1, and you have to imagine that the heat here absolutely going to come into play for both Inskeep and Osuna-Sanchez now in their third rounds. Inskeep taking his timeout with just 1 home run. Jacob Mustain in his corner, giving him his towel and his water. And Inskeep will dig back in. How much time? 2 minutes and 5 seconds remaining as Inskeep sends his second home run over the wall. And now his third. Back-to-back following the timeout from Inskeep, pops up the third. And that one's going to fall in shallow center. That one carrying out to deep left, but just off the top of the wall, off the Metal Tech Fabricating Metals of All Kinds advertisement out on the left. That one's driven deep to left, and that one clears the wall. Now 4 for Inskeep, make it 5 with a home run over the center field wall. Could be 6. Make it 6.
1 minute.
1 minute remaining for JT Inskeep in the final round. He's got 6 on the board. Make it 7. Now 8 with a home run to center. Could be 9 as he takes that one to deep left. 9 home runs. Make it 10. If that one can clear the wall, it does. 10 home runs for Inskeep here in the final round, under 30 seconds remaining. Takes that one to deep center, that one carrying back, and it's gone. 11 for Inskeep here in the final round. Could be 12 if that one can carry high enough, but it won't.
With
11 home runs for Inskeep in the final round. Osuna-Sanchez going to have to at least match his performance from the second round, in which he hit 11. Osuna-Sanchez with 5 in his first round appearance, 11 in his second round appearance, and will now have to come up with at least 11 to tie Inskeep here in the final round. Once again, a tie sends us to a 5-swing tiebreaker. 12 for Osuna-Sanchez will win it. That one short off the wall and right. Looks like he got his first as he turns on one down the left field line. One on the board for Osuna-Sanchez. Osuna-Sanchez still with a timeout to use if he wants it. Takes his second over the center field wall. Osuna-Sanchez with 2. Make it 3 for Osuna-Sanchez. Could be 4. Make it 4. He takes his timeout. JT Inskeep, in fact, a teammate of Alberto Osuna-Sanchez, but opponent here in the home run derby, coming out in his corner. Gotta love the sportsmanship from the 2 hitters and Old Dominion hitters. 2 minutes exactly remain for Osuna-Sanchez, as he's got 4 home runs, looking for 7 more to tie up the derby or in the final round with JT Inskeep, who finished with 11 in round number 3. He's up to 6 now with back-to-back. Looking for back-to-back-to-back. He's got it now up to 7. Trailing by 4. That one's short and right. That one's way gone over the center field wall, up to 8 now. That one taken high to right. And that one falls short of the wall. Still at 8 is Osuna-Sanchez. Line drive to center, still knotted up with 8 home runs. Picks up his 9th, maybe, but just short. Takes one to deep right, it clears the wall. So 9 on the board for Sanchez. 2 more to tie it up, which sends us to a 5-swing tiebreaker. That one's taken to deep right, and it clears it for 10. 1 more ties it up, 2 more, and Osuna-Sanchez is your champion. 11 now for Osuna-Sanchez. 1 more wins it. And it looks like he might have gotten it there. That one high, deep to center. 12. So Osuna-Sanchez, the champion of this year's Tidewater Summer League All-Star Day Home Run Derby. Everyone rooting for him to get to 13. Takes that one to deep center, but it's going to be short at the warning track. But Alberto Osuna-Sanchez coming away victorious in this evening's home run derby. 12 in the final round for the upperclassmen at Walter State Community College. Him and his teammate JT Inskeep, who was his opponent here in the championship round, hugging it out. Congratulations to all of our contestants in order. And Osuna-Sanchez clearly tired after leaving the box. That's one heck of a cardio workout in the weather that we're experiencing here today. Sanchez with 12 in the final round, 11 in the second. Put him at 23. And 28 total with 5 in the first. That's going to do it for this evening's home run derby. We'll be back at 6 o'clock for the All-Star game here at historic Hicks Field. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball. Wow, excuse me. Tidewater Summer League All-Star Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. We're going to end this stream and start a brand new one for the All-Star competition. Thanks so much for tuning in once again. Alberto Osuna-Sanchez out of Walter State Community College, the champion of the 2020 TSL Home Run Derby.